Okay, good morning, class.
Good morning,
Good morning, teacher.
Have
Good
you all
morning,
had your
teacher.
breakfast? Have you all had your breakfast?
Teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good. So, how are you all doing, by the way? How was the weekends?
It was fine, teacher.
It was fun.
Great.
That's good. So, I think I don't have to take attendance today since I can see all of you present. So, today we are going to learn something new, which is scanning. I'm going to teach you a reading technique, a new reading technique. All right. So, first of all, what do we are going to guess the topic of the day. Okay, so I'm going to display a few pictures, right? So I want you to guess what the picture is about and guess the topic later on. All right, can you understand?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes,
So
teacher.
moving on. This is the first picture. What is it?
It's an aeroplane.
Aeroplane.
It's an aeroplane.
Aeroplane.
So next picture.
It's a ship.
It's a
Ship.
Okay. Moving on.
Helicopter.
It's a helicopter.
Helicopter.
And finally,
Lorry.
okay. Who can tell me what are the pictures about? What is it on?
Transportation.
Transportation. Yes, you're absolutely right. So our topic of the day is transports. Okay, it's an easy topic, but it's going to be an effective lesson. All right, so we are moving on. So basically, what are we going to learn today? You're going to learn specific details in a reading text and how to identify it correctly using the scanning technique. And then you're going to read a reading text on different types of transports. And then you're going to identify some specific details in that reading text. And finally, we are going to answer a few comprehension questions together. All right. So do you all have any questions about our class today?
No, teacher.
So far, no, teacher. No,
That's so good.
Okay. So let's move on. So how many of y'all love reading here?
Me.
Me,
I do,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay, there are a number of you loves reading, right? So this scanning method is going to be really helpful for y'all. Okay, so first of all, let me teach you what is specific detail. Specific details refers to exact, precise fact or description of something mentioned in a text. So basically, it helps you to picture what the writer is talking about. Specific details are usually examples or keywords about feelings, a setting, or a character. Okay, so for example, you can see here, school children do not like reading books. It's more of a general detail. See, they just say it's school children and they don't like reading books. But to specify the detail, it is stated that Brian is in 5th grade and he hates reading poems. So to make it specific, they stated who is the school children, which grade is he in, and what he hate, what kind of reading he hate. Okay, so this is specific detail. Can you understand?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, am I going too fast?
No, teacher.
Okay, so which means we will move on to our next topic. What is scanning? So scanning means reading a text quickly to get the main points, keywords, and phrases that are important or interesting. So I hope you all remember from our last week's class about skimming. So scanning is basically a detailed version of skimming. Okay, so for example, let's imagine we are in a bookstore. You're looking at a magazine shelf. Okay, so first you will be skimming the bookshelf about like to know the topic. You know, you'll be skimming the title of the magazines, the subtopics in the magazines. So that is skimming. And then when you buy it, later on you'll be scanning the magazine, which is you'll be opening up and reading the details, and then to gain information you'll be scanning the articles. Okay, So other than that, scanning helps you to find specific piece of information. It helps you to preview material before you read it in detail, and it helps you to check if you understand something after you have read it carefully. Okay, so this is basically what is specific detail and scanning. So to identify specific detail, you have to use the technique scanning. Understand?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
So I'm going to give you a tip on how to scan a reading text. So when scanning, you can run down your finger in the middle of the text and your eyes back and forth to quickly find for the information you're looking for. You run down on the text. Okay, and then other than that, you can use your highlighters. You can highlight the key points. Then finally, you can also use your pencil and ruler to underline the key points. It will be useful for you to later on to write a summary or answer comprehension questions or to understand it easily. Okay? Okay. So next, we will be moving on to a quick practice. Okay? So before moving on to our main activity for today, we're going to have a small practice on scanning. Okay, this is a small passage and I'm giving you a 1 minute to read this passage and tell me what are the specific details that you think important about foxes. Okay, can you understand?
Okay, teacher.
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay, so your 1 minute starts now. You can ask me if you have any questions. You have another 10 seconds. Okay, that's the end of our 1 minute. So who can tell me the specific details that you find in this paragraph? Anyone?
Can I try?
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
try? What I learned is that foxes are from a dog family. They have small tummies, so which
Okay.
means they eat small, and
Okay.
they have large ears where
Mhm.
they are in which they are good at hearing, so they can hunt for rodents like mice, squirrels, and rabbits.
Okay. You see, by finding out the specific details, you can know everything about a fox. Do you all get it now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yes,
Okay.
teacher.
So thank you so much for the answer, Tanusha. So does anyone have anything to add on what other than what Tanusha said?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
Okay. So which means we will move forward. So you see, foxes, dog family, they have small tummies, they eat small meals, incredible hearing, good at hunting. So these are the specific details that make the characteristics of a fox. Okay, moving on. So now we are moving on to our main activity. So I'm going to give you, I posted a Google Drive link in your Google chat box. So I want you to click on the link and download the reading text titled Transports. Okay, can you see the reading text?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
So I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. Okay, you read on the reading text, and then I want you to take your exercise book and write the specific details that you found about the donkey, about the railways, and about the airlines. Okay, it's really a short text, so you can do it easily. Do you all understand?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
So your 5 minutes starts now. If you have any questions, you can ask me. And remember the tip I give you? You can run down your finger or you can highlight using the PDF feature you have in your phones or laptops. I'm also displaying the article here so you can read it if you can't download it. Read it carefully. Find the specific details of what donkeys are used for, what are railways used for, and what are air travel used for. You have another 3 minutes. If you are done, you can type done in our chat box so I can see. I have another 2 minutes. Okay, I can see Farhan is done, Tressa is done, Lekha is done, Grace is done, Intan is done, Karina is done. If you have any questions, you can just ask me. Turn on your mic and ask me. Another 1 minute. So I can see most of you are done here. Another 30 seconds. If you're done, you can just read through the article, gain some information. Okay, so that's the end of our 5 minutes. So let's have a quick discussion before we move on to our next activity. So, who can tell me what are the specific details of donkeys from the first paragraph? Anyone?
Teacher, can I try?
Yes, Teresa, you can try.
Firstly, the donkeys is mostly used in rural communities. They carry huge amount of food
Mm-hmm.
from villages to towns, and they also bring a lot of supplies like fertilizers as well.
Yes, Teresa, your answer is correct. So these are the specific details for donkeys. So anyone else wants to add with what Teresa said? You found anything else about donkeys? Did you?
No, teacher, it's the same.
Okay, good. Thank you, Yayu. So, moving on to the second paragraph. Who can tell me what are the specific details that you found about railways? Anyone? Yes, Grace, you can try.
Different types of goods,
Mm-hmm.
develop their own network, extremely expensive, and then 1840 to 1850, Britain connected by railways.
So, you see, okay, Grace, what did you learn from the specific details? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. No, continue. Yes, Grace. You see, it's easy, right? It was easy to find, right, with the scanning method? Okay, good, Grace. Thank you so much for your answer. So moving on to our final paragraph, who can tell me the specific details for airplanes? Anyone wants to try?
Teacher, can I try?
Yes, sure, Intan.
I wrote most modern form of public transport,
Mm-hmm.
and then travel for business, go on holiday by air, and use cargo planes to move their products.
So
Very
why do you
quickly.
think, okay, yes, thank you, Intan. Why do you think it is important? Why did you highlight these points?
Because it relates to the air travel.
Okay, so it tells you that what are air travel used for, right? The reason of
Yes.
why people use air travels. Am I right?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. So, anyone else have anything else to add on other than what your friend said just now?
Maybe
About the developed in the 20th century, it adds information to that as well, I think.
Oh, yes, Farhan, you're right. So, air travel is developed in the 20th century. Yes. So, anything else?
Okay, that's all.
No, teacher.
Okay. So which means, so scanning is easy, right? So through this text, you can learn what are the specific details of donkeys, and then what are railways used for, what are air travel used for. So you can easily find the reasons of it and through scanning. Okay. So I hope you'll get it. Do you have any questions so far? Anyone still confused about scanning or specific details?
No, teacher.
No, teacher. All okay,
Okay.
teacher.
So, which means we are moving on to the final part of our lesson today. So, we're going to play a quick game. Okay, there's going to be 5 questions, everything related to the text just now. Okay, text titled transports. So, and it's going to be related to the specific details that you wrote just now. So, there'll be 5 questions and there'll be 2 answer choices, A or B. So, now we are going to play these together. What I want you to do is, you're going to read the question that I will display later, and I want you to type A or B on our chat box. If you think the answer is A, you type A. If you think it's B, you type B. Okay, so I will click on the answer that the majority of you have answered. Understand?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
Can we begin the game?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Sure, teacher.
Okay, so let's move on. The first question. Donkeys are useful to carry. What do you think the answer is? A or B? So I can see most of you answered A. So that means I'm going to click on A. Well done. You see, correct answer. So how did you find the answer? Did you refer to the text again, or did you see your specific details?
See
Specific
details.
Yes, you see,
details.
it's easy, right? See? Okay, moving on to the next question. Second, many countries have an dash to help transport different types of goods. What do you think the answer is? A or B? Effective, expensive and luxury airplanes, or effective network of railways? So I can see lots of B coming, so which means I'm going to click on B. Okay. Is the answer correct? Yes, again, you got the correct answer. So, next, let's move on to the third question. In the 19th century, why did many countries develop their own railways? What do you think the answer is? A, to travel for business and go for holidays, or B, to provide capacity to carry heavy goods? So I can see lots of B's again, which means I'm going to click on B. Okay. Again, congratulations, you got the correct answer. Okay, so let's move on to the second last question. Britain was completely connected by railways. What did they use to pull their carriages? Did they use steam engines or diesel engines? Wow, that's fast. I can see lots of A. I'm going to click on A, steam engines. And you are right again. Well done, everyone. So let's go to the final question. What are the reasons to use airplane? A, to move products, to go for holidays, to travel for business, or B? I can see A. Everyone answered A, so I'm going to click on A. Again, you see? You got everything correct. 5 out of 5 correct answers. I really have smart kids. So, congratulations, everyone. Did you enjoy the game?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so was it easy after find the specific details?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher. It was easy.
Okay, good. So, which means we are at the end of our lesson. So today, you have successfully learned about specific details, and you have learned the technique to identify it, which is scanning. And then you also gained your knowledge by reading on the different types of transports about donkeys, railways, and airplanes. And then you identified the specific details in the text. And finally, you answered 5 out of 5 correct answers for comprehension questions. So scanning is going to be a part of your life. Every time you read something, you're going to use scanning, to find the specific details and keywords. So even when you're revising for your exams, use the method of scanning to find the key points that you should remember. Okay. So this is my feedback. What about you? Can anyone tell me what you learned today?
I learned how to scan for specific details that help me to understand the reading text.
Yes, Farhan, thank you so much. Anyone else? Another one person.
Teacher, can I try?
Yes, sure.
I think we learned about the uses of transportations, different
Yes,
uses.
you're right. Yes. You see, so you also learned about transportations, and you also learned about specific details. So our lesson was effective, right? So
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Teacher.
do y'all still have? Thank you so much for answering. So do y'all still have any questions about scanning or specific details that you're still confused of?
No, teacher.
No,
Not
teacher.
at the moment, teacher. All okay.
Okay, so which means before dismissing the class, I'm going to give you a take-home activity. What you're going to do is, I have posted a question on our Google Classroom. Okay, so what you're going to do is, you're going to view the question and you're going to choose a form of transport. Okay, I want you to choose a form of transport that is different from what you have read just now. Okay, I want you to choose other than donkeys, railways, and airplanes, anything else other than that. So in about 100 to 150 words, I want you to write about its history, why it is developed, and where is it used. Okay, you can search through the internet. I'm going to give you, I think 2 days will do. So you can write, right? In our Google Classroom.
Sure, teacher.
Yes,
Any
teacher.
question about the activity?
Teacher, do you want it in Microsoft Word or PDF format, teacher?
The question is there. You can just comment below the question. Okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, so which means that's the end of our lesson today. Thank you so much for participating. And I'll share the the slides, the PowerPoint slides in our WhatsApp classroom. Okay, you can refer to it. Thank you so much for participating, everyone.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.